All right, today we're diving into a classic Japanese novel. And look, this isn't your typical story about swords and samurai. Nope, this one's about the weapons of creation, wood, saws, and chisels. It's a story about that fierce, sometimes dangerous passion it takes to build something that will truly stand the test of time.
And to really get into a story from 19th century Japan, I think we've got to start with a question for us, right here, right now.
And, really think about it. In your own life, your own career, is there a project, a vision, a mission that you believe in so completely that you'd be willing to risk it all? Your reputation, your relationships, maybe even your own well-being to see it come to life?
That's a pretty tough question, isn't it? Especially today. We're always told, be a team player, collaborate, don't rock the boat. But this story, well, it champions the exact opposite. It's all about the beautiful and dangerous power of one person's obsessive, uncompromising vision. Let's get into it.
So to really feel the weight of what's about to happen, we need to go back in time. We need to step into the world our characters lived in. Picture this. We're in Edo, the city that would one day become Tokyo. It is a massive, vibrant city, and in this world, the social hierarchy isn't just about samurai and lords. Here, master carpenters, the architects, the engineers of their day, they were basically rock stars. Your skill was everything. It was law. And holding this entire world together was a concept called giri. And you have to understand this because it's so important. Giri is this ironclad, rigid code of social duty. It means you owe absolute, unquestioning loyalty to the people who give you work, to your mentors, and to your peers. And to break giri, wow, that wasn't just rude, it was social suicide. You'd be an outcast, you would never work again. So, into this world of super strict rules, we meet our two main characters, two master carpenters, two rivals who could not be more different. On one side, we've got Jubei. His nickname? The Slowpoke. He's clumsy, unfriendly, poor, and everyone kind of makes fun of him. But his skill is nothing short of genius. Then you've got Genta. He's the town star. Handsome, generous, popular, respected. He's the perfect man, and he's actually the guy who gives Jubei little jobs just to help him survive. You know, the easiest way to picture this dynamic is Mozart and Salieri from the movie Amadeus. Jubei is that raw, difficult, socially awkward genius. And Genta? He's the beloved star who seems to have it all, loved and respected by everybody. The stage is set, right? And the event that's going to throw these two men onto a collision course is a huge announcement. A local temple is going to build a magnificent five-storied pagoda. And from here, things escalate fast. First, you get the betrayal. Jubei just shudders that code of giri. He goes right behind his benefactor Genta's back and begs the temple priest for the job himself. But then there's this incredible twist. Genta confronts Jubei, but he sees this madness-like obsession in his eyes. And he does the unthinkable. He steps aside. He gives the whole project to Jubei. And the fallout is violent and immediate. One of Genta's loyal apprentices is so furious that his master was humiliated that he attacks Jubei, slicing off his ear. So Jubei's just been attacked, he's bleeding, part of his ear is gone, and what does he say? I don't care about my life, just wait until the pagoda is completed. That just tells you everything, doesn't it? Nothing else matters. Not his own body, not his safety, just the work. So, ignoring all the threats, ignoring his own injuries, Jubei just pours his entire soul into this pagoda. He's consumed by his vision, barely eating or sleeping, and just as he finishes his masterpiece, its ultimate test arrives. A storm of almost biblical proportions just slams into the city, a massive typhoon. It's ripping roofs off of houses, snapping huge trees in half. This isn't just a storm, it feels like judgment from the heavens. And you can bet the entire town is watching. They see the storm as karma. They're all whispering, that pagoda, the one that guy forced his way to build, it's definitely going to collapse. The pressure on Jubei is just immense. But Jubei doesn't hide. No way. He climbs to the very top of his pagoda as it sways violently in the storm, because he knows something they don't. He's built it with this ancient genius technique, a massive central pillar that lets the whole structure flex and absorb the shock of the wind. And he screams into the storm, not praying, but challenging it. He's staking his very life on the perfection of his own work. But here's the thing, Jubei isn't the only one with his life on the line. At that very same moment, his rival Genta is racing toward the pagoda. He makes a solemn vow. If that pagoda falls, he will commit seppuku, ritual suicide, to take responsibility. Why? Because by letting Jubei build it, he made that responsibility his own. He secretly believed in Jubei's genius all along.
The storm finally breaks. And as the sun rises over a devastated Edo, everyone holds their breath, waiting to see the fate of the pagoda and of the two men whose lives are now tied to it forever. And there it is, standing perfectly, proudly, without a single tile out of place, piercing the sky. Jubei's obsessive skill, his genius design, it completely triumphed over the awesome power of nature. His singular, uncompromising vision was proven right.
The temple priest brings both men together and he gives the final word, the final piece of wisdom. He says, this is a pagoda built by two heroes. It needed Jubei's almost mad obsession and skill, for sure, but it also needed Genta's generous heart, his sense of honor, to even be possible. It's not a simple win for one way over the other. It shows that sometimes the greatest things are built by both the rule breaker and the rule keeper.
And that brings us right back to where we started. The story leaves us with a question. We all have a kind of pagoda inside of us, right? That one great work we feel like we were put here to create. So the question is, what's yours? And maybe more importantly, what is the price you're willing to pay to build it?